Continuing coverage tonight on issues with Nashville-based ticket retailer Live Nation. Tennessee's Attorney General is joining the U.S. Justice Department and 30 other states in a lawsuit claiming Live Nation is operating an illegal monopoly, essentially over the live entertainment business. Joining us now with more on the lawsuit is Tennessee Attorney General Jonathan Skrmetti. General, thank you for taking the time to do this. And I think everybody's familiar with Live Nation. As I say, they're headquartered here in town. They own Ticketmaster. What is wrong with the company's business model as you see it?
So the problem is they control different pieces of the live entertainment process in a way that lets them reinforce their businesses over venues, over promotion, over ticketing, in a way that makes it hard for anybody to step in and compete in any one of those areas. And by doing that, they're able to restrict competition, drive up prices, and consumers are feeling it.
Now, we've heard this argument from small venues for a long time. I'm sure they're thrilled with the lawsuit. In addition to allegedly holding the venues hostage, your suit alleges that Live Nation is essentially doing the same thing to music artists, all the big names that we know and want to see. How's that?
So they control a lot of different pieces here. So they control venues, and they can say to artists that don't want to play ball, we will cut you off from these venues. They control artist promotions, so they can say to venues that don't want to play ball, we will cut you off from these artists, and they're able to steer everybody toward their ticketing process. So it's the multiple pieces that they control that reinforce this monopoly. That's where the problem comes from.
Any idea how much a lack of competition, which you've just described in great detail, could be adding to the ticket prices that all of my viewers are paying?
So I don't know the exact number, but I do know that people have determined it's cheaper to fly to Europe to see Taylor Swift than it is to do here. But we'll have experts breaking down the math and should have a much better idea as the case progresses.
I read something the other day about people flying to Europe to see the Eras Tour. For the example that you just mentioned, it was cheaper. Now, if the courts agree that this is an illegal monopoly for all the reasons you laid out, how do we fix it? What's the remedy?
Well, because these interlocking pieces are reinforcing each other, the best remedy is to take them apart. Ticketmaster and Live Nation were allowed to merge years ago by the Department of Justice. There was a consent decree that was supposed to prevent the abuses that we've seen. The consent decree didn't work. It's time to break them up.
Sounds like the phone company all over again with a different industry.
You know, monopolies are bad for consumers, and free competition, free market competition is essential. But when markets break down and you see power get concentrated, the only way to fix it is to restore that competition. Sometimes that means breaking a company up.
Now, when you go to court, there are two potential outcomes. You win, you lose. What's your confidence in terms of winning this particular lawsuit?
Well, antitrust cases are complicated, so I don't want to do too much chest pounding here, but we've got 30 states plus the Department of Justice who have invested a lot of time in this. We've worked hard to put together a strong case. You see people from across the spectrum, very bipartisan case here. A lot of different people with a lot of different views who all agree that consumers are being hurt. So I think that suggests we've got a pretty strong case, and I feel really good about bringing this. It's way overdue.
Well, as you know, Tennessee is watching with interest. State Attorney General Jonathan Skrmetti, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Tennessee is actually only one of 3 states to pass laws requiring companies like Ticketmaster to give you all-in prices up front, an extra layer of transparency. But say you want to go see a show in another state. We'll take this for example. Looking for a ticket to see Morgan Wallen July 26th. This is out in Arlington, Texas, and you can see the ticket subtotal here. One ticket, $160. Okay, well, you got 2 fees here. A service fee, that's going to be another $30.80, and then a smaller order processing fee, that's another $2.95. It adds up. Then we've got to put tax on that, $15.98. So with all of those charges accruing, it comes out to $209.73 when you thought you were buying a ticket for $160. That is almost $50 of extra fees, taxes, things like that per ticket. About a 31% price increase from that base ticket price. Well, in tonight's viewer poll, we asked, do you think concert tickets are priced too high due to a lack of retailer competition? This poll's live right now. 157 votes have come in. 92.4% of respondents say, yeah, this price is way too high. 7.6% say no. This poll is live right now. If you'd like to weigh in, you can cast your vote, scan the QR code. It's right there on your screen. It'll take you to our X page where you can weigh in. We'll show you updated poll results here tonight at 10.